Welcome guys to this video. This one is of Mount Chalmers Township, or the old township that used to be there, and it is not there now. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different kind of video this time. I'm going to film, and then I'm going to go home and I'll edit it, and I'll voice over, which should be something different that I'm experimenting with. So come along for the ride. Grab a coffee, because it's going to be a bit of a lengthy one this time, but very interesting. So yeah, let's go, mate. So on your left hand side is Nankin Creek. Good swimming holes there. Refreshing to have a bit of a swim in. Mount Chalmers mine, yeah, it was pretty well productive in the way of gold and copper and silver. It was the same, it was found around 1860s and went up until I think 1980s, I think it was, still going. Sometimes there's some expedition finding little bits of pockets now at the moment. This is one of those creeks I love looking at. Left hand side, I'll go in there quickly. It is New Zealand Gully, up in the mountains up there. Let's go on here. So here we are, a little bit of a detour. We're up New Zealand Gully Road at the moment. I'll go up a little bit further and I'll turn around. New Zealand Gully had same deal. They had a bit of a township, and there was gold diggings up in the mountains, and that was around the 1860s again to 1900s. So basically all this area down here was full of gold and gold mining. We're just crossing the original railway line just then. It's there no more, and railway station was over to your left. I'll turn around up here and I'll go back. So all this around here is private property now. So, but you can see to your right hand over there where I'm showing the railway line bridge. It used to run across there. And we're coming up to it again, where it crossed the road. Just remember, this is all private property, so no trespassing. Alright, that was a little bit of a detour for you, so we'll go on to Mount Chalmers, the old township now. Just thought I'd stop off one of the causeways. Usually there's a nice little trickle of water running over this, but how beautiful is this? Nice little water hole. Don't know if I'd swim in it, but it is very picturesque. The lilies. Alright, on to next. Gold had been reported in the ridges around Mount Chalmers as early as 1860. Mr. Chalmers, for who the mine is named, sank a shaft and set up a battery, which was further development by the Sydney Syndicate, but the results were disappointing and the mine closed a few years. The Charlie and Osborne Syndicate worked the mine from 1894 to 1896. At this stage, Copper was bringing good prices, and the Mount Chalmers Copper Mining Company was set up and operated till 1899. The mine was then passed on to the Fitzroy Copper Mine, which operated to 1904, and then it was worked again by Charlie and Osborne again. The Great Fitzroy Copper Mine Limited took possession in 1907, and they heavily invested in mine development. Back in its heyday, it had 2,000 miners and with 5 hotels in the town. Around 1912 was the final blow with the drop of world copper prices. All operations ceased around 1914. A long-week auction was held in 1916 to sell off plant and town buildings. Some Yeppoon buildings, the Strand Hotel, was the Union Hotel, also with a few other buildings. Other attempts were made to restart the mine. Mount Chalmers Mine and Development Ltd attempted it in 1935. The Commonwealth Government, with Adam Boyd of Mount Morgan, produced copper briefly in 1942 to 1943. The final attempt was made by Mount Morgan Mining Company in 79 to 83, when the mine was an open cut, with the ore sent to Mount Morgan by rail for processing. Harold Road was the main street of Mount Chalmers in the heyday. Some of the stores that were there on the main street was Stewart & Co, McDougall Boots, Stowe's Lemonade Factory, a Drapier's, Australian Joint Stock Bank, a police station. Away from the main street was the post office, blacksmiths and grocery shops. 2 butcher shops were there. Recreational was not ignored in the town. It had its own cinema, dance hall, skating rink and football field. There was also a racetrack that was on Mount Chalmers Road. The hotels that were there was the Grand, was the Great Fitzroy, the Mount Chalmers, Harry Webster's Union and the Royal. There was 6 privately owned boarding houses, and the mine provided single men's quarters. What I just showed then was an old bridge that was made out of rocks, slabs of rocks it was, and it was actually quite amazing to see it's handmade. Isn't it amazing that there's nothing here no more? And yeah, it's just the amount of buildings that you actually would pass on these land or private properties. Just up there was actually a church up there and a boarding house on the corner. A few more on the left hand side. There was church, there was a Stowe's Lemonade Factory and boarding houses and numerous other little places, even a bakery. As you can see, that map back there, it actually has a lot of interesting places. It was actually a big town back in its day. There was dentists, there was hotels, there was schools. There was a fair bit around back in its day. You had churches. You had the Church of England, you had the Catholic churches, Masonic Lodge for the males, the members of the community. If you had health issues, you had doctors, dentists, you had chemists, and even a hospital. So back in its heyday, Mount Chalmers actually was pretty big for a township. In 1914, the Mount Chalmers operation at the mine ceased altogether, and onset of the Great War didn't help. Mining families moved away from the area and the population severely dwindled. and as a result, businesses and buildings left the area. The Royal Hotel was rebuilt. The Royal Hotel was burnt and rebuilt to become the commercial hotel. The Catholic Church went to West Rockhampton. The ABC Bank, which was a foundation bank of Westpac, closed its doors on March 1911. The police station went to Yeppoon in 1915 to become the courthouse. This building can be seen at the Emu Park Historical Museum. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little drive through the main part of the old Mount Chalmers, and keep on going, I'll show you a bit more around. Now I'll take you on to Mount Chalmers as it now is. And I'll take you past the school and where the historical museum is too, up here. And to your left there is the old bridge. Still standing. Up there was the railway station, and this is the town. So if anybody down here is watching, it's only me just cruising around and showing a bit of your history of Mount Chalmers, so don't be alarmed. And that's the Mount Chalmers School. It was the old Mount Chalmers School. There. And that's the historical museum. I'll put up some photos of inside there. And yeah, first Saturday of every month from 10 AM to 2 PM. Don't know if it's been open, if they've opened for a while because of the whole COVID thing, but if you ever do, come down and check it out. It's really good history of Mount Chalmers. Anyway, we'll keep on going. There's the school. And the bridge. Take you back up here, and I'll turn around. Because up here there was a lot of history too, up this way. For ladies and gentlemen that live out here, yeah, it's just me just cruising around. So I don't mean any harm to anybody. I just love showing the old history. So okay, right up in front is the mine. Let's see if I can get it a little bit more better. I'm not allowed to go up there, but you can just see. And I'll turn around here and we'll go back the other way. But all along here had, you know, houses and buildings. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was Mount Chalmers. And next time, hoping to do Quarrel, and you know, hopefully we'll get to New Zealand Gully. So then, yeah, thanks for coming along for my little journey. Remember to show your friends, and yeah, like and subscribe. See you later. Just thought I'd do a bit of a detour on the way home. Hopefully you can hear me from the wind. I'll take you on a bit of a look. These what's left of the old camp gates. of the artillery range area along Artillery Road. Take a closer look at them. I'll see if I can find a photo of the original where it used to be. But they've got a little plaque here too now. So it's all about the US Army when they were here during World War II. And even part of the map. It's got the mountains, as you can see. So yeah, thought I'd just show you that anyway. One last look. And off we go. See you later.